I'm Mia, and if I can do this the way I have it in my head, this is gonna be my 4th Pride look. Also, my face is so red and inflamed, and I think it's because of the new CeraVe moisturizer I used yesterday morning, because that's the only thing that was different, and I wasn't like outside and I wasn't in front of the oven a lot yesterday, so I'm pretty sure my skin did not like that moisturizer, so oops. But no, the plan is to do like a little neutral cut crease and then have on the lids the rainbow colors, maybe a wing. Again, I have a plan. I don't know if it's gonna work out very well, but I really need to film something because I only have next Sunday off. So yeah. But I'm gonna start with the Lunar Beauty Nude Prism palette, and on a large fluffy brush I'm taking Just Some of Vibes, and then I'm going to put that all along like my upper lid crease area. But we're gonna focus it right here. I am obviously gonna like cut my crease with concealer so I can lay down the colors. So like not like a full cut crease, like a little kind of 1/2 to 3/4 cut crease, because I'll put like a deeper brown here again, hopefully. I also haven't eaten all day, so this might become an issue. Like, technically I did cook something. I got these like creamy mushroom instant noodles from this brand called Tangle when I went to H Mart one of the last times, and they just weren't good, so I had like 3 bites of them and I'm like, I just can't force myself to eat this. So now I'm starving, but I don't want to order anything or try to make anything, so we'll see what happens. Probably nothing. Probably I'll complain about being hungry and then not eat anything until dinner. Gonna attempt a spinach and artichoke lasagna. Shit, I need to do laundry too, like desperately. I have no clean work shirts, so. And then I'm actually just going to take the same brush so I don't dirty too many. And I'm going to take a little bit of Tease and a little bit of Classic. I'm just going to lightly do that on the outer edge. And start blending out. Like I said, I might do eyeliner. Don't know how I feel about that yet. I don't know how steady I think my hand's gonna be today, because cannot do eyeliner properly to save my life, or at least I can't do it evenly. But yeah, no, even though the schedule isn't like up yet, the schedule online says, like, I worked yesterday, which was Monday, and then I'm doing Wednesday through Saturday. Have Sunday off, and then I'm doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, no Friday, and then I'm working Saturday, which is Pride, which will be fine. Pride is never busy. It's a little weird, but I thought in like the original schedule was that I was off the Friday through next Tuesday, and I was like, oh my god, this is beautiful, blah blah blah. And then like 2 hours after I got home, it was like, oh, blah blah posted an update to your schedule. It's like, opening Saturday, and I went, no. I mean, it's fine. I still have Friday off, so I can hopefully get something filmed then. And I'm out at 3 o'clock on Thursday. So, I can definitely, again, besides the fact that I have Friday off, I can definitely, like, try to film something after work and then on Friday. I don't know how many more Pride looks I'm going to be doing, just because I'm getting a little tired of them already. I had the very brief thought of like, oh my god, I'm gonna do a Pride look for every single look I do in June, and I'm like, I can't do graphic liner. My hands are not steady enough, and I don't want to take the time to mix or line into every color I have. And my hands just aren't, again, my hands are not steady. I can't do intricate, delicate things like that kind of stuff. So, again, we'll see what happens. Also, these lids are totally uneven. But my eyes are uneven, so I guess that works out. Alright, I think this is okay for now. I'm gonna go in with the Mad About Hue palette from Colourpop Cosmetics, if I can open this. And then I'm taking a little bit of Do or Die and the tiniest bit of, what is this? IGLU. IGLU? I don't know what that means. But I'm gonna take a small mixture of both of them and put that on the edge right over here. I may have to switch to a different palette because I forgot how much I really don't like this purple shade. I just don't like the tones of the purples in this palette. They're all a little kind of cool toned, and I like a more not so cool toned purple. So, again, we'll see what happens. And I'm actually going to switch to red so I can, again, make sure to space things properly. I'm taking a little bit of Dream Girl and then the tiniest bit of Lil Iffy. It's like, I don't want it to be like pink, but I don't want it to be like just straight red. So I'm just going to like start to throw that in the inner corner. Also, I was thinking if I can, because I know, it's not news. I'm going to New York in July. The Sunday that I'm going is like one of the only Sundays that there's not a whole lot of 7 o'clock shows. So, my plan is to do an early check-in, go to the Met. Monday night's going to be Heather's. I don't know if I want to try to go see Boop on Tuesday night, or if I want to go see Death Becomes Her, because I loved Death Becomes Her, you know, the movie. I mean, I love Meryl Streep anyway. She's, ooh. But I listened to the soundtrack for Death Becomes Her the other day, and it is literally so good, and I'm like, so, I don't know. And then I'm going to take a little bit of Elephant and some of Bus Stop, and I'm going to place that by the red. Yes, I know it goes red, orange, but I can at least place down the yellow and blend the orange between the two. So, I do know what I'm doing some of the time. And then just repeat on the other eye. I almost put that next to the purple. That is not what I want. And yes, I know this does look like the red. It is covering the red, but I can also go back and fix things after laying down the original colors. Alright, different brush. That's the one thing I don't like about doing Rainbow Pride looks, is that I dirty like a million brushes. I'm taking some of Got Ice, and I'm going to place that right next to where I had put down that purple, because then I can also put down green right here and marry the two colors, because that's how this works. Again, just carefully patting that. Like I said, I don't know if this is going to end up looking okay, but I was thinking about it, I'm like, I kind of wanted to do like a kind of bronze, not like sultry, but like a good summer eyeshadow look, but I've been doing a few of those lately. But I've been playing around with shadows because I have a few of my New York makeup products packed, and like I'm making it a point to wear makeup every day because I don't do it out of the house, and I really need to get better about that. It's just a laziness thing, and I'm at work all day and sticking my face in the oven, so it's not really that fun, that fresh. But I was thinking one of the days do like a brown eyeliner with like a gold sparkly eye and kind of like a neutral mauve-y kind of cheek and lip, like how Rare Beauty Hope is in the bouncy blush, not the liquid one. They're two different shades. But again, I was thinking, but I'm like, no, I need to do at least 1 to 2 more Pride looks before I start veering off topic. And I'm gonna take Say Less. I'm gonna take a lot of that actually, and some of Stop. Secondly, like Stop, because there's like 4 P's in there. But I'm just gonna place this right between the yellow and the blue, because the 2 colors together make green. And I'm also taking some of Pow and Lotta Gelato. I think this is the wrong brush, which may not be a good idea, but I'm gonna start to blend the yellow and the red together. But yeah, didn't do anything, but today's Tuesday, right? Yeah. I never do anything on Tuesdays. So I'm like, I'm staying home. No ifs, ands, or buts. You can't make me go outside. Actually, I'm just going to dip back into the Lunar Beauty palette, and I'm going to take some of Deeper, which is just a black, and I'm just going to do my little like eyeshadow smudgy liner that I do, because I don't want to cover any of the purple up with like a wing, but this way I have that little bit of dimension and depth. So just a little. Gonna bring it to about halfway mark, and then I'm gonna take some of Moody as well, which is just a deep brown, so it doesn't look so stark. I can blend it out a little more. Oh, I'm gonna fix this a little, and I'm also gonna put on some lashes, but I'll be back in a second. Alright, I'm back with some lashes on, and even though it doesn't seem like it was very long because, you know, YouTube, I did take a little longer than I usually do because I was starving, so I got myself a sandwich from Subway. It's not what I wanted, but I've been wanting a sandwich, and I don't really have any ingredients to make said sandwich at my house, so alas. Also, I'm looking at how red my skin is, and it's a little insane if you look at the color of my neck. But alas, we're moving on. I'm going in with the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops because, well, I always do it, and I know my skin likes this, and it's like a soothing, it's kind of soothing. I know it may seem like I'm going in with a lot, but my skin's also really dry right now. So, okay. I'm also almost out of this one, but I do have another big one downstairs in my skincare drawer in the bathroom. I may need to buy another one to keep as a backup, but for now, it's fine. But, gonna rub this in. Like I said, I'm going a little heavy-handed on this because my skin's kind of dry anyways, and again, I'm just more trying to get my skin not so evil, awful, red. I also might do a second look after this, like not immediately after. Like I'm gonna do all my little TikToks and YouTube shorts and pictures, and then take this off, and like maybe I do have a new episode of Poker Face to watch, so maybe I'll do that. Just so I can give my skin a little bit of a break and a breathing room. And I am finally breaking open the new bottle tube of the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Glow Serum in the shade Main Squeeze, because I did finish my original tube a week or two ago. Oh, look at her, she's so beautiful. I'm gonna give this a shake. I don't know why, but, and then we're gonna, oh yeah. It's so nice to like have to lightly squeeze this and not like put all of my force behind it. I'm gonna rub this in carefully. I am gonna go in with definitely a more medium to full coverage foundation because, again, I thought about doing one with like my green CC creams, but it messes with like the actual foundation that goes over it, so, and I don't have like a regular green color corrector, which I should probably invest in, but like, 'tis a little ridiculous. But I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty Soft Lit Luminous Foundation in 125. I am gonna have to go in thin layers, but that's just the case with all foundations, so I'm gonna work this into my brush. I'm gonna start on the center of my face. That way I can put down the most pigment in product there. And then blend out because the edges of my face look fine. See? Haven't even gone to concealer and I already look considerably better. But I do have, again, at the time of filming this, it's the June 3rd, I think. It's the first Tuesday of the month. But I do already have a video that got put up today, and I'm good for Friday and then next Tuesday as well. So this one will have me set for next Friday. And then I will have my usual days off, plus the Friday. So I will have time to get videos done. Like I said, like I've been saying, I want to get ahead content-wise so I know I'm good when I go to New York. Or I could just not post the Tuesday. Have a little break, but still. See, already looking considerably better. And then I'm going to go in with the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer in the shade 1.1N Royal Icing. And I'm gonna I do already have mascara on my bottom lashes, so I'm gonna be a little careful with that. And I did already buy the gems for my birthday look. I just don't know if they're gonna be able to show up on camera. But to be fair, the last time I thought that was when I did my little graphic liner hearts for Valentine's Day, and they showed up fine even though I couldn't tell when filming, so hopefully it's just gonna be another one of those. Again, hopefully. I will play around, not now, probably a little closer. I mean, it's a month and a half away. I need to get on that. I'm moving on to my cheeks next, like I usually do. I need to look up the actual name of this product because Rare Beauty always has a million words for their product name. Alright, this is the Warm Wishes Effortless Cream Bronzer Stick in the shade Bright Side. So, it's a little more on the neutral side because, and I think this is the second lightest shade, but the original lightest shade was literally like orange. It was kind of ridiculous, but this is definitely a better tone. I am also 100% going to set my face after all my cream products because this is looking a little much, but that's what powders are for. I mean, yes, I know they also just set your face, but I'm not really going anywhere, so it doesn't matter so much. But I might do a color refresh today. I don't know how I feel, but if I don't do it today, literally not gonna have the time to do it until the day that this video gets put up, actually. So again, that's a week and a half away from now. So we'll see. Like I said, I still really need to do laundry, but maybe finish this, do my things, take it off, start a load of laundry, do another look, and then go from there. I think that's the best course of action. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Rhode Pocket Blush in the shade Sprinkle. Yes, I know. Oh my god, can't believe you're using a Selena Gomez and a Hailey Bieber product together. Girl, I do not care. Justin Bieber was never my forte, and I really don't care. And this shade is stunning. She's my favorite. So, not my problem. Celebrities can be fun in their own time. And I'm also gonna top this off with a powder blush after I set my face, so. Because I love the shade, but I want it to be just a little more pink today. Because this can blend out corally sometimes. Which is fine, it's still beautiful, but I have that issue with most blushes that either they turn like orange on me or they're like cool toned and they look gross on me. So, it's fine, everything's fine. I'm also just putting on a little bit of the Aquaphor lip repair because my lips are really, really dry. it's not so fun. I'm not putting too much on because I will be putting lip liner on in a few minutes. Alright, hi, sorry. My camera battery died, so I don't know if this looks exactly the same as all the other clips, but it's fine. I'm gonna go in with powder. This is from Juvia's place. I want to say this was like Silky Touch. I don't know what it's called because, ooh, they don't actually have the product name on here at all. Actually, I have my phone. I can just look it up on Ulta. But it's like a loose powder. Mine is in the shade Coconut Flakes, which is very, very light. Not translucent, but it works for me. Oh, I'm a liar. I Am Magic Silky Finishing Powder. Like I said, mine's in the shade Coconut Flakes. I'm going to take a little onto the cap. That way I just have an even surface to put and I'm just gonna set my face. I know, who would have thought? But like I said, I'm looking a little too glowy, and I am gonna go in with a powder blush, so want to make sure everything's all good. Alright, this is from Joah. This is the Air Light Soft Powder Blush in the shade Pink Dahlia. I got this at CVS one day, just on a whim, and it's like my favorite pink powder blush I own. That's not the right side of the mirror, and I'm just gonna... Funny how I was complaining about my face being so red, and yet I'm adding extra blush. But, you know, that's life. Just gonna, very lightly, just kind of want to bring a little more pink back than kind of coral. So just right along where I put the cream. And then I'm gonna go in with a discontinued powder from Jaclyn Cosmetics. This is the Face It All Correct and Press powder in the shade Correct and Fair. I know this looks white, but it's like a very sheer pink tone, and it's the only brightening powder that I have ever found that works for my skin tone that isn't just like a white eyeshadow or white powder foundation. But again, this in real life, this has a very faint pink tone to it. So, see, like I said, I just want a little more. I like the bright under eye sometimes, especially when I have a pink blush. I feel like it just works the best. Then I'm gonna go in with a Colourpop Cosmetics Super Shock highlighter in the shade Seismic. I need this to get restocked because this is very old, and she's a little, she's on her last leg. Like, it is so dried out, it's not even funny, but like, it's just so pretty and glittery, and sometimes I want that glittery highlighter. And this has like the faintest pink reflex in it too, so it's just, it also looks really good on top of a pink blush. So, Colourpop, please restock this. She's old, she is tired. Need to put her out to the pasture. Alright, and on to lips. This is from MAC. This is their lip liner in the shade Cool Spice, which isn't really that cool toned on me, but whatever. And smudging like I usually do. And then if it always gets too blurred out, I can just go back in and redefine. This is from Patrick Todd. This is what I am so tired of brands not putting the full product name on the packaging, because I want to say this is like, what is this called? Major Headlines Matte Suede Lipstick. Thank you, Sephora. It's like a pinky tone. I think it's actually gonna work really well. So I'm gonna start to pat that. Yeah. I'm gonna pat. Gonna just to blot it a little. And last but not least, this is from Essence. This is the Extreme Shine Volume Lip Gloss. This is a new tube. Like, look at how clear she is, and I'm about to ruin it with putting it directly onto my lips. I used to love this in high school. Oh, it still has that beautiful smell. And my friend had mentioned it, that she got one at like CVS a few months ago, and I was like, I need to reinvest in that. Oh yeah. I am going to wipe the applicator on the back of my hand, or makeup wipe, before putting this back in the tube. That way it doesn't get totally messed up and tinted and gross. Alright, I need to somehow, hopefully, go fix my hair. But I'll see you in a second. Alright, I'm back, and this is the finished look. My bangs are not cooperating, but I can't say I'm that surprised. But yeah, I think it's cute. It didn't come out exactly the way I planned it to, but it is good enough. Is a little lower than I'd say, but it's still cute. It's just, again, it's not exactly what I had in mind, but basically everything but the eyes, kind of love. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, it's, what time is it? 2:49. So I'm gonna do all my things I need to do for content, take this off, and then, like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna start a load of laundry. Like I said, I really should, because I think I have like one clean work shirt, and it's not a good one. Like, the logo is kind of like torn and yellowed because it's like a white logo, so. But yeah, I should really do laundry. But yeah.